Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm a rising sophomore and I go to Castellea. This is my starter project. It's the mini POV. POV stands for Persistence of Vision and Demo. Alrighty. And just upside down. Just wave it back and forth. And you should get some lettering. Alrighty, and the components. So here we have a couple of resistors, and resistors basically just control the amount of current that gets through. And the reason for this is because the LEDs can only handle so much current, so the resistors are there to manage that. And then there are the Zener diodes, which only allow current to go in one direction, and that's the diode part of it. And then the Zener part of it is that it also can allow a reverse current. And because it can only go in one direction, it's polarized. Also, there are the capacitors. There are actually two capacitors in this circuit. There is the ceramic capacitor and the electrolytic capacitor. The names just come from the insulator that's inside the capacitor. The electrolytic capacitor is polarized because it only allows current to go in one direction. Then there is the transistors. And the transistors basically amplify or switch voltage throughout the circuit, which allow the LEDs to light. Then there is the potentiometer, which is basically an adjustable resistor, and so that allows you to change the speed of the lights blinking. And then there's my favorite part of the POV, which is the crystal. And the crystal is basically a timer for the lights blinking, and the crystal is actually an oscillator, which means that it periodically sends out electrical signals to create this blinking. And how it oscillates is that the quartz inside vibrates, and that gives out the frequency. And the frequency for this crystal is 12 megahertz. And then there are the LEDs. So the LEDs actually have 4 pins. 3 of them are RGB, red, green, blue. And then the 4th pin is a ground pin that goes back to the end of the circuit, which is the battery. The battery basically just starts a chemical reaction to go throughout the circuit with the current, moving the electrons. Then, to end, there is the microcontroller and the USB. The microcontroller is kind of the brain of the circuit, and it's what you program to get the LEDs to do what you want them to do. And so you connect your computer to the USB port, and you send all the stuff you've programmed, the memory, to the microcontroller, and it should work. Yeah. When you turn it on, of course. Yeah. Thanks.